Wakati mwingine unaweza kukosa maji hapa wiki 2-3 mfululizo ama mwezi. Kiangazi kutoka kile kiangazi kali kabisa ile kwanza, sasa sisi hatuna mazao yote.
Kuna maji ambayo huwa yanakuja piped lakini huwa hayako reliable.
Hapa kulikuwa ziwa kubwa sana.
Tununua hapo maji ni 15 to 20. Lita 20. Maji yanakuja na kuchukua at least masaa 3 yamekwisha. Kama imezidi wakati mwingine kama muda wa masaa 5. Shida kubwa ni maji.
Taita Taveta supports key economic sectors in Kenya, including tourism, agriculture, and industries like mining. Mwatate is a town in Taita Taveta district in the southern side of the Taita Hills and has a total population of over 56,000 people. Most of the area could be characterized as semi-arid, though most of the people here rely on some form of mixed farming but with heavy reliance on crop production. The livestock kept is in small herds of 3 to 5 cows. The lowlands of the district have experienced successive poor seasons, and the impact of the drought has had far-reaching economic implications to most rural households in the district.
Hapa kulikuwa ziwa kubwa sana. Hao watu waliingia hapa kwa ziwa wakatubukia hapo. Jamani nimeingia, ule mwenzake akamfuata na wakafa.
Failures of the rain over the past couple of years have weakened the capacity of the local communities to cope with food security and water shortages.
The one will wash hands before eating, we put here. So that they may survive until the rains come.
Wakati mwingine unaweza kukosa maji hapa wiki 2-3 mfululizo ama mwezi. Kwa hivyo ni ya kubahatisha.
The rivers and streams have dried up, hence the population depends on frequently interrupted central water supply systems from the city council.
Kuna maji ambayo huwa yanakuja piped lakini huwa hayako reliable.
This is a program of tree planting which we started voluntarily by our community. But it has suffered in the last 3 months lack of water. We cannot afford to revive it until we get water.
This has practically left most of the households in Mwatate area with no reserves or any safety nets to fall back on. This situation led to most people depending on general food rationing, supplementary feeding, and other emergency relief assistance. As a result, there are many cases of severe malnutrition and increased poverty levels. The health facilities to population ratio are very low in the region. The few that are available are not operational due to lack of water and shortage of health personnel. Lack of healthcare and diseases, especially malaria, AIDS, typhoid, and other waterborne diseases, are also a major problem and have been exacerbated by a lack of water. Children have been occasionally spotted drawing water from leaking sewages, oblivious of the dangers they are exposed to. The water load carried every day is heavy and has caused chest complications to many locals. Some children have dropped out of school to pursue water trading as a means of survival. The rate of school dropouts in girls increases during menstruation. This is because most of the latrines have no water or are located far from the school. The existing schools have poor facilities that are defective. In secondary schools, most of the laboratories are not functional due to lack of water. Some hungry poor people have begun to practice many other methods to find money to buy food. Some of the measures taken were massive burning of charcoal, which has led to environmental degradation. Having no water has resulted in deterioration of pasture in most districts.
Hii ambao walitengeneza hapa walikuwa ni Nairobi Groundwater Constructors. Kazi yao ilikuwa ni hii tu, lakini wale kwenye kusambaza walisema ni yoyote ambaye anaweza kupatikana.
In Mwatate, access to safe and clean water is a luxury for many people. It is becoming scarcer by the day, thus resulting to a cycle of poverty in the area. It is against these difficulties that Amsha Africa Foundation stepped in. Founded in May 2008, Amsha Africa Foundation is determined to enhance the living standards and common good of people within some of the world's poorest villages and slums in Africa by reducing chronic concerns such as hunger, disease, illiteracy, unemployment, substandard housing, and poor sanitation.
Amsha Africa ni NGO iko registered in the United States of America na hapa Kenya. Tuko na ofisi in Dallas, Texas na ofisi nyingine iko Nairobi. Kazi yetu ni kuanza miradi mingi. Tumeanza miradi Nairobi, mali huko Kawangware, na pia tunaanza miradi mingi hapa Mwatate. So tunataka kushirikiana na hizi vikundi vyenyu tuanzishe miradi ya maji. Hatutaki kuona watoto wakitembea kila wakati kutafuta maji. Hiyo ni kurudisha maisha nyuma.
Nimekuja kwa mkutano huu kama member. Ile story inaendelea, inasema na mimi ni member.
To facilitate all their projects, Amsha Africa Foundation, they have partnered with several community-based organizations running all across Taita in regions such as Voi, Wendani, Mwatate, and neglected regions like Mgeno. Unfortunately, most of the groups have been neglected or cannot move due to financial or other constraints.
All these investments are lying redundant because of no water. Our problem is water.
Presently, Amsha Africa is undertaking one of its projects in Mwatate in attempts to uplift the living standards of the people by providing fresh drinking water to as many individuals as possible. They are running a water and sanitation project within the region in attempts to curb the effect of drought. The village elders, in collaboration with the councillors and Amsha Africa Foundation members, met to discuss the problems faced and the impact of the drought in Mwatate division. The team came up with a strategic framework that will be implemented in a participatory manner in each stage, such as planning, implementing, and monitoring progress in the periodical meetings. It was recommended that 2 members from various self-help groups and women's groups get together and form a committee to follow up on the well project, as well as find the best location to build the well. There has been a committee that has already been formed in Majengo Singila area of Mwatate that will be monitoring the project. They will use relevant feasible indicators to measure the successes and shortfalls of the project. Fresh water is the answer to many of the problems facing Kenyans today, like dehydration, diseases, and starvation. The construction of wells and boreholes in Mwatate area will ensure provision of clean water for human consumption, livestock, and crop production. This will help break the poverty cycle.
Kama tunapata maji, hata ufugaji wa nyuki, kusema kweli tutaweza kutajirika kwa wakati wote.
Also, it will reduce incidences of waterborne diseases, increase food and livestock production, hence ensure food security. With the construction of the wells, there will be improvement of municipal services that will promote better health care systems and health conditions. In addition, there will be a reduction in the number of children dropping out of schools since water will be readily available. Increasing productivity in farms without endangering the natural resources will promote sustainable development.